John Swift Homes YouTube channel. This is the first in a series of Swift tips related to real estate. Let's get started. The first tip today is tips for buying a home. The decision to buy is the main decision you need to make. You want to buy a home. People buy for various reasons. Some may want to move up, expand their family, get a bigger place. Some may downsize. The kids are off to college or the kids are gone and you're alone and you want to downsize. Or you may be renting and want to start building equity for yourself. So you want your own place. So make that decision to buy. Once you make that decision to buy, the next step is you have to know how much you can afford. And if you are not already working with a loan person, let me know, contact me, and I will be able to connect you with folks that will be able to help you. But you will need to know how much you can afford. And that involves going through your assets, expenses, pulling your finances, pulling your credit, and seeing what you can afford. Also, for the next step is shopping for a home. But in order to do that, remember, you need to know how much you can afford. So usually you'll get pre-qualified. That's an informal process with the loan folks that let you know kind of how much money you can afford. But while we're shopping, the pre-approval process must be taking place. And that's the formal process with the loan person or loan company or mortgage company in order to determine how much loan you can afford. Okay? So once you determine how much, we'll be starting to shop for that home. And we'll be seeing probably many homes over the course of weeks or months. So you want to bring along a notepad or your camera and make sure you take pictures of the various homes, the ones that are important to you anyway, so that you'll remember when you're reviewing the homes that you're interested in. When you boil those homes down to 3, I suggest you go back and take a second look at those homes. Usually if you went before in the mornings, you may want to go in the evenings to take a second look at the neighborhood to get an idea of the overall of the place. Once you determine the home you want to place an offer on, I will negotiate on your behalf. I will be doing a comparative market analysis on that home to determine the value of that home, and then you'll be able to make an informed decision on the offer that you place on that home. I will also coordinate the paperwork as it goes into the escrow process. So once the seller accepts your offer on that home, we will make the offer contingent on a few things. The main one is a home inspection, making sure that there's no structural defects on that home. The next one would be contingent upon you finalizing your loan. Keep in mind that here, things may have changed over the course of our looking at interest rates may have gone up, or things may have changed, the economic environment may have changed from the time we started to now that we're making this offer. So we want to make sure that you still can get that loan. So the offer will be contingent on that. And the bank is usually will contingent their loan on an appraisal, and they will coordinate that through the escrow process. The escrow process is a neutral party, usually a title company or an escrow company, that will handle the paperwork, and I will coordinate the paperwork with the escrow company on your behalf. This is making sure that the loan documents are in, making sure that the owner, the seller, actually owns the home and it can transfer to you upon receiving your money. And we'll also make sure that the paperwork from the seller and the buyer is into the escrow company. And after all the paperwork is in, that usually takes 2 weeks to a month, depending on the specific situation. You will get a call that everything is good and you're ready to come in to sign the paperwork. That is called the closing. And I will be there with you on you coming in to sign the paperwork for that home. Once the seller receives their money, that's usually about 3 days after you sign the paperwork, the bank will release the funds to the seller and the house will be yours. Thank you. And don't forget, like my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.